Face facts, what up, what up?
Real fans, realtalk.com. Where orthodontist Trip Young and intern Tom. For the white and black fans, Asia to Manhattan. I get all my facts from my bro, Mark the Stats Man. If you're not tuned in, I recommend the CAT scan. And if your brain checks out, then you deserve a backhand. Sports, gossip, all the hot topics. Real fans, realtalk.com got it. They got the hottest bloggers.
Is Jeremy Lin hurt?
Well, log onto the site and you can hear it from them first. I'm talking about the latest. I'm talking about the greatest. Go check out the archives. Even tell a neighbor. Tell them Bobby sent ya. From spring to winter, tuning in should be the only thing on your agenda. Certified cosign, you know what I'm about, son. Real fans, realtalk.com. I'm out one. Real fans, real talk. Real fans, real talk. Real fans, realtalk.com. Real fans, realtalk.com. Real fans, real talk. Real fans, real talk. Real fans, realtalk.com. Real fans, realtalk.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another live edition of Real Fans Real Talk. I'm Mark the Statman Skevich. We got a couple of special guests lined up for you tonight in this special episode. But first, let me introduce the cast of characters. We have, of course, the one and only Trip Young with me.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? And y'all know I love when I get to introduce my co-host, the man sitting across from me, the most diabolical hater this side of the Mississippi, Arthur Damas.
How you doing? How you doing, Hate Nation? This is Arthur Damas. Today is a dreadful day for me. I'm gonna have to hate really hard today because I think today my other co-hosts here they plotted against me for the downfall of Arthur Damas, and they're gonna have me do something that I really don't want to do. So I'm just gonna get it over with because you know I'm a man of my word. So it's a stat, man.
I mean, you know, it happens, man. Sometimes it's a part of life.
It's something that has to be done. The hater obviously thinking it's a conspiracy, but he lost shot for shot, fair and square, and he has to wear a team of that he hates apparel. Okay, and now with Arthur Damas, he hates on so much, so I have so many choices. But on last week's episode, I did say I was going to make him wear a Knicks jersey, so here it is. Of course, the Stat Man has the guy who calls himself Stats jersey, Amari Stoudemire. He calls himself Stat. The Stat Man has to have that on deck. So why don't you put this on for us, Arthur Damas?
I'm going to say this, all right? To my fans out there, if you would look at last week's episode and listen to the shot for shot questions and listen to my answer, you would agree with me, and I wouldn't be wearing this atrocious jersey I have in my hand right now. Where it's okay. This is what they do to try to get back the hate back at me. So it's okay. Well, you know what? I'm gonna wear this proud because, like I said, my hate's so strong. He's gonna break his legs.
All right. Well,
he's already
as long as he's
his
not
hand,
punching any more
knees.
fire extinguishers, we're
So,
okay.
I don't think your hater's gonna make it any worse for him.
And don't call out to the other haters to support you, because of course haters are gonna hate together. But either way, getting into the sports news, the Olympics are done. It was a very interesting Olympics. We have the recap for you. Some of the better highlights out there are Team USA basketball winning over Spain. That was expected because you know all the controversy with the Dream Team, so that was great.
Well, they had no choice. You know, they had to come out and perform, especially after they struggled in a couple of games versus Lithuania, and they struggled against Spain too, but they got the job done. So you know they had to show and prove, you know, what they were capable of. They had to show that dominance. So
It seems like this jersey's shrinking on me.
No, that's the Statman size, so that's
I
how
don't
it
know,
works
man.
out on
That's
some
constricting me.
that's an XXXXL.
Oh,
So you
man.
good? Don't worry about
Why
it.
does he even have number one? He's not even number one at anything. So why does he have number one?
All right, so stop hating on him. But, I'm going to get into the Olympics again in a sec, but we do, like I mentioned earlier, we do have a couple of special guests for you a little later on in the program. We have Matt Farrago and Iran Barkley, two former great boxers. Matt Farrago is the founder of Ring 10 Boxing, which you might have saw the flyer before the program started. That's a charity event that's this Saturday for unfortunate former boxers. We're going to get into that. We're going to have him on the show a little later on. But other great Olympic events.
Before you go into that stat, man, let me just say this about our other guests. If they don't know, Iran Barkley is a former champion, and he's been a champion at middleweight division, super middleweight division, and light heavyweight division. So I got to shout that out because we're definitely happy to have him as a guest on the show today.
Most definitely. And even the hater can't hate on that. Even the hater can't hate on that.
Exactly.
We're going to get into a lot more details about them when we have them on the show. But another event was the women's soccer ended up winning the gold. Obviously, that semifinal round against Canada was very great. It was very, very interesting, very dramatic as it came close to... It came down to the wire. They won with like 20 seconds left in the second overtime and extended time as well. So that was a very dramatic semifinal game, beating Canada. Then they took it to the gold medal round against Japan. They got that done as well. Gabby Douglas, great story for U.S.
Yes, indeed.
Great underdog story as well. Gabby Douglas with a phenomenal performance in gymnastics. It was great to watch that event. Michael Phelps, of course, holding it down, winning 22, finishing his career with 22 medals, 18 of them gold, the most in Olympic history. Great news for America on that end. Of course, Trip Young's boo, Serena Williams, winning the gold medal as well.
But can I also talk about my fellow people? I gotta talk about my fellow people. The boat man. You gotta talk about Usain Bolt and Team Jamaica taking 1, 2, and 3 in the 100-meter, and the Usain Bolt going in taking the 100-meter and the 200-meter. And you, Carl Lewis, stop trying to take my job. You are not a hater. You are washed up. Sit down and watch the TV. That's all I gotta say.
I don't know about washed up. I mean, eventually you retire.
Yeah.
It's not really washed up.
He definitely left on top. So
he left on top.
It's like saying Jordan's washed up.
He left on top after he stopped juicing, right?
Hey, that's speculation.
Speculation.
That's allegedly.
When the man says allegedly, I don't know what they were putting in my drink. So
that's allegedly. Okay. He didn't have no creative control over what was going on in this, so we're not gonna hold that against him, ladies and gentlemen.
Usain Bolt, though, still the fastest man in the world, proving it again, winning the 100-meter and the 200-meter in the Olympics. Obviously having some controversy with the Carl Lewis comments about the steroids. We got into that on the radio show, which airs 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every Sunday on RealFansRealTalk.com. Make sure you check that out. All our archives episodes are on there as well. We have a lot of topics to talk about, so you can, if you want to hear what we thought about each individual Olympic event, make sure you check that out on RealFansRealTalk.com. Also, in U.S. Olympic news, Missy Franklin, the 17-year-old, finished it off with 5 medals, 4 of them being gold. So that was a great story. And for Great Britain, Jessica Ennis winning the first Olympic medal for Great Britain in the track and field event. The heptathlon, which consists of 7 different events. And speaking of Great Britain, I want to go over to, I know Arthur hates on Andy Murray beating his boy Federer, but
like I said, he threw the match. It would be a great story for Great Britain. That's why he did it. His PR was talking to him. I think they got the LeBron James PR telling him, let's let them win this, so Great Britain has something to cheer about. Because, like I said, Andy Murray, that's the most you'll ever achieve until Federer, Djokovic, and Nadal retire. Good luck in trying to get a rank #1 worldwide. When you catch up to Federer's title with 14 Grand Slams, then you could talk about being good. But
we know he's not gonna accomplish that. But all in all, we saw a very good Olympics. USA once again dominated. Had the medal count lead after going back and forth with China for a little while, but of course they came through in the clutch and had the most gold medals, most overall medals.
You know what's China's motto? It wasn't. You know what was China's motto? It was like, you don't play to win, you play to make sure it looks close. That's what it was. Because there's no way they was gonna beat the USA. Okay. You get like
that Knicks jersey matches well with
ah,
your shirt,
come
by
on,
the
man.
way.
Let's not bring the Knicks. We're talking about the Olympics. You coming up with the
Well,
Knicks.
no, because we had a couple
Okay.
of Knicks on the Olympics.
Oh, come on, man.
basketball team.
Where's your Carmelo Anthony
So,
jersey, man? Your favorite player in the world.
Melo. I told you that before. I definitely wasn't going to get that out
Well,
there. But
yeah,
getting back to the medal count, well, Great Britain was happy with their performance because they had a couple of dramatic, great events.
Yep.
But the U.S. finished with 104 medals, 46 overall, which was the most in non-boycotted events. And as far as the gold medal count, beating 45 since 1904. So dominant fashion, 104, 46 of them gold. China coming not even close with 87 and 38. Great Britain way down in fourth with 65 total, 29 of them being gold. One last story on the Olympics before we move to the next subject as far as the great stories out there. Oscar Pistorius, this double amputee, competing in the Olympics, showing that if you're disabled, you can still get things done. It was a very motivational story for a lot of people out there. Some people, of course, hate it.
They're trying to take my job. They don't understand. You can't be orthodontist, all right? And I didn't even hate on the man. The man has no legs.
You can't.
He has no legs. How can you hate on that? How you gonna say he had an unfair advantage? You put you in a wheelchair. Let's cut your legs off and have you run and talking about he had an unfair advantage. That was ridiculous. I was like, come on, man.
You don't see anyone else doing it, but of course they wanted to hate as far as the special type of legs that they had created.
Yeah.
So
it had rocket boots in it.
Yeah, the jetpacks hidden behind it, little tiny jetpacks to keep them moving forward.
We got some trade news though in the NBA. What you like to call them off the diamonds? Big Baby Part 2. We had Big Baby Part 2 was finally traded to the Lakers, and which was a part of a 4-team deal, which sent Dwight Howard to the Lakers, Andrew Bynum and Jason Richardson over to the 76ers. Then we had Orlando, who really didn't get anything out of the deal. They got Aaron Aflalo.
They got a bunch of bums.
And they got Al Harrington.
They got a bunch of bums
in the deal. And the Nuggets got Andre Iguodala, who's also played on the Olympic team this past 2 weeks.
Coming from the 76ers.
We can now finally put an end to all of this crying and whining from Dwight Howard. He is now a Laker, so he's teaming up with Kobe Bryant and Steve Nash, who also joined the Lakers earlier in the summer.
It doesn't even matter. I don't even care about Howard's story anymore. Right now, let's just talk about something that's even funnier than that.
Well, before we do get into that, I do want to mention that on the RealFansRealTalk.com website, I have a blog about entitled "The Dwight Drama's Done," because we're all sick of hearing,
which is a great blog,
him great crying. Blog. Constantly about I want to play here, I want to play whatever, and we did get it. You
did it wrong. He didn't say it like that.
You did.
That's what it was.
But the blog is definitely a great read, and also that radio show that airs Sundays at 5 p.m. The archived episode is on RealFansRealTalk.com. We got into it in depth about the trade. So both the blog and our archived episode, you could hear all our opinions as far as how we feel about the trade and how it worked out for some of the teams and which teams we felt it didn't work out for. But Chad Ochocinco is released from the Miami Dolphins because of the arrest. The Dolphins didn't want to deal with it.
Why was he arrested? He was
arrested for.
He did tag team off the ropes.
For headbutting his wife Evelyn Lozada. If you guys don't watch Basketball Wives, she is one of the crazed.
Hold up.
Can I say
she's on Basketball Wives?
Can I call her a gold digger?
No, hold up. No. But what's funny is you say she's a basketball. She's on the show Basketball Wives.
She was formerly with Antoine Walker, and after she took all his money and bankrupted him, she went down the line, and so now she's made her way into the NFL. So they got to do an NFL Wives now to get Evelyn
the gold digger's
on
idol
that
right there.
Yeah,
she's got that gold digger hustle.
Gold diggers unite and. Follow her on Twitter if you want to know the ways of the gold digger and how to marry ballers and then divorce them and then get all their money.
And they've been married only for 6 weeks, which is 6 weeks.
Hey, that's a long time in Hollywood.
6 weeks?
6 weeks.
Well, it's longer. It's faster than Chris Humphrey and Kim Kardashian.
Hey, so
we're gonna get into a little bit more on shot for shot on the Chad Johnson situation, aka Ocho Cinco. But we do want to
changed
introduce...
it back. He changed it back now. It's no
It's
more
no
Ocho
Ocho
Cinco.
Cinco.
It's back to Chad
The
Johnson.
artist formerly known as
Ocho Cinco. That's probably why this whole situation happened, because he changed the name back and it just threw everything off in his whole life. So he got to get things together. But we gotta jump into a special clip that we got for y'all before we bring on our very special guest for the day. If we can get that rolling upstairs.
Just so you guys know exactly how talented Matt Farrago is, we got some of his highlights coming up for you right now. If you could roll that footage.
Because they didn't know about the beta bomber. They didn't believe us when we had them on last time. So we dug into the archives and we pulled up some of this footage. And I got to tell you, because I've already screened it. The man was a knockout artist. He definitely should have had a belt around his waist, because he had some skills in the ring. I saw a couple of jabs that was crazy. I saw a hook and I saw a right cross that a lay.
I thought I was watching a Rocky
He might have been
movie
able to maybe lay Foreman or somebody else. So y'all got to get ready to watch this clip. And when we come back from that clip, we are gonna have Matt Farrago and of course the former champion Iran Barkley on the set with us. So if we can get that rolling, please, because I know the fans are waiting for the special footage. As soon as we get to the footage, I know sometimes
we are live here on Real Fans Real Talk.
So we got to keep them in suspense. Sometimes you got to keep the people waiting. So we're gonna get that footage going.
Don't make Orthodomus come up there, crew. You don't want the hater come up there. There we go.
Has rapidly become a fight fan fighter, mainly because of his non-stop aggression. Lacks in speed and power, he makes up for in sheer determination and savagery. A graduate of Cortland State University and a man whose hobby is painting acrylic animation, he made his Madison Square Garden debut with a blistering third-round knockout of Harlan Holden in July 1987. After a hard-earned 10-round decision win 6 weeks later, he then turned in an excellent performance in March, stopping veteran Pat Prisco in the 6th round. It was a power-packed outing for Farrago, who lived up to his beta bomber tag as he went at Prisco with a non-stop assault from the opening bell. The fights, and Farrago loves the thought of being an unbeaten middleweight attraction. But with that happiness goes the feeling that he deserves much more recognition, certainly more than he is getting right now.
I come to fight, I do the job I'm supposed to, and yet they keep sidelining me and keep going around me and give everybody else title shots and big shots.
Is it realistic to think of you in with the Iran Barkleys, the Sumbu Count?
Welcome back. I know y'all saw that footage. Y'all saw Matt going to town. Who was that? We gotta let y'all know that later on the show. But I gotta make a correction, because when I spoke about the champ Iran Barkley earlier, and I mentioned the different weight classes, and I said Foreman. That was my mistake. I gotta apologize to the champ on that one, because when you step into the ring with a man like Tommy the Hitman Hearns, and they didn't call him the Hitman for nothing, and you beat the brakes off of that boy to take the belt, you gotta keep that champ stays around you for life. And that's exactly what Iran Barkley did. So with no further ado, I gotta reintroduce Matt Farrago and introduce to the Real Fans Real Talk Nation champ Iran Barkley. What's going on, gentlemen?
All right.
How y'all doing?
Hey guys.
Good. Last time we had Matt on the show, he was still talking about the charity that he started, Ring 10 Boxing, and I also gave Matt stats out there for you. Since I am the stat man, we got to go with Iran Barkley's stats. He had 63 total fights, 43 of them were wins, 19 losses, and 1 draw. That's a great career for Iran Barkley. And once again, Matt, I want Matt to just tell the fans out there again about what Ring 10 does.
We're a not-for-profit organization that helps indigent fighters. A lot of boxers that we know of, that we grew up with, big-name fighters, they're on hard times, and people forget that once they're out of the ring, they think they're all living high on, in rich neighborhoods, and they're doing bad. And most of their money's gone. There's no health benefits. There's nothing. And most of the fans and the people that knew them and made money off them, including the promoters, they walk. They had nothing to do with them. So We find them, we do what we can for them, we find them a place to live. We want to get them self-supporting. We're not a handout group. Necessary if we'll give it when needed, but we really want to get them on their own feet. And Iran is with us in many ways. We've helped him and he's helped us, and together we just have a great group.
I gotta say this too, because Iran is from the Bronx too, right here where we tape at in Bronx Net Studios. So I gotta shout that out. And I also because this Saturday, Ring 10 is having their second annual charity event, which myself, the Statman, and Arthur Damas will be at. But can you just kind of tell the people a little bit more about the event this Saturday?
Sure, I'd love to. It's a fundraiser. Bottom line is it's a fundraiser. So we have tickets at a really fair price. You get a fantastic value for it. We brought in a whole bunch of champs. We brought in Bone Crusher Smith. We brought in Livingstone Bramble, Michael Ajade. Iran Barkley's going to be there. Doug DeWitt's going to be there. A whole bunch more. And what we do is we treat the fans to meet these guys, shake their hands, take their pictures, and actually enjoy their company for 2 hours or 3 hours, actually, or 4 hours. And what we do is we have auctions and we fundraise and we try to build up enough funds for the year that we can dispense them when needed. When a champ is in need of a medical necessity or food necessity, that's what we do, is we step in and help.
Which is an amazing thing that you guys are doing this for all of these boxes. So we gotta applaud you here. But I know we got some other questions that we do want to ask you.
Before we get into that, I just want to let everyone know that on the RealFansRealTalk.com website, under the charity section, it has the full banner ad that we displayed before, which shows you all the guests that are going to be there this Saturday. There are tickets still available. I wasn't sure. I know they were selling a lot, so there are still tickets available. So the contact information is there as well as on Matt's website, ring10ny.com. Right. And all the information is on both our sites, and we also posted it on Facebook, facebook.com/RealFansRealTalk. So the information is there. Definitely will be a great event, and we look forward to hopefully seeing you guys there. But the first question I have to ask you guys, you guys were both very successful in the boxing world, but what motivated each of you to start the boxing career? We'll start with you, Iran.
Well, to start it,
yeah, like
what motivated? Well, with me, it was kind of like a blessing from God, because I was like, I was in gangs. I was a former Black Spade gang member, and something like just came inside of me and said, you know, I'm tired of just doing this. You know, my sister recognized my talent. She was the first woman boxer before ladies started fighting. There was only 3 lady boxers out there: Jackie Talawanda, Lady Tiger, and Iran Barkley. And she taught Tiger how to fight, and then knocked her out in California.
Don't battle the sensei.
You know, and then Jackie got into a fist fight in 125th Street gym. She knocked her out, and you know, ran her out the gym. So
that boxing talent runs in the family.
So you know, me, you know, she was like, when I was, you know, 14, she was like, yo, you know, you gonna learn how to fight. You gonna learn. I knew how to fight, but I just didn't like to. Yeah, so you know, I didn't think I had to fight, because unless somebody did something to me. But you know, it was a blessing from God. So she took me to the gym with my other cousins, and I got beat up by her, beat up by them, and
you know, gotta get beat up to get.
Yeah, everybody was getting beat up, you know.
To learn
and
the
she
lessons.
was like, you know, he ain't gonna come back. He ain't gonna come back. They were saying he ain't gonna come back. I said, man, I'm coming back until I beat each and every one of y'all. And every day I went home with a busted lip, black eye, and when I caught up to her, you know, she said, "Oh, he's ready now."
Now wait, quick
That's
question.
Determination.
Because I know, like, now, obviously, female boxers are more prevalent. How would you compare? Could you compare it to like say a Layla Ali or Joe Frazier's daughter? How do you think she would compare to one
She
of
would
those?
knock both of them out.
Oof.
Oh
And
man.
I'm not even joking. I mean, she was. Let me tell you something. When I first turned pro, I was you know my name wasn't that big yet, but I had a couple of fights, and I made a little bit of money. So a friend of mine's around the block, and my nephew who passed away, which was her son, right? He was about 5 or 6 years old. My sister was getting ready to walk across 135th Street Bridge, but you know, this guy stopped her and was like, "Come on, smoke some of this," you know, and blew the smoke in her face. Why did he did that? She put my nephew on her leg, and I mean beat the crap out of this man. You know what I'm saying? And the fellas that I knew around the block, they was like, "Yo, we was gonna help her, but she didn't need no help."
I got this. Don't worry about it. Stand back.
Chill,
You know, so when she got to the precinct, I had to go. You know, I was going to bail her out, and when I got to the precinct, and the lady, the guy's wife, came to the precinct, she said, "What happened? What happened to my husband? How many guys beat him up? How many guys beat him up?" The cop said, "Ma'am, I'm gonna tell you something right now. It wasn't a lot of guys that beat him up. It was that lady right there." and she said, "Oh my God, he been kicking my butt all the time and beating me up, and you let that little lady beat you?" He said, "Yeah, she's not no lady." You know, so
He chooses his fights.
So Matt, the same question for you. What motivated you to get into the boxing world initially?
I ran around with a bad crew too. They were called the Boy Scouts. Real tough crowd.
Doesn't sound tough, but I ain't gonna say that. I ain't gonna say that.
You must have heard of them. You must have heard of them. Nah, listen, I'm an atypical kind of a boxing person. I was in college. I loved to box, and during college I did all the amateurs, the Golden Gloves, and the Empire State Games and things like that, and I was doing well. And the guy said, "Why don't you turn pro?" I said, "What do I have to do?" "Well, you're going to take off your headgear, and you're going to fight in more rounds." So I said, "Okay." I won my first fight. I got a nice cut. I had stitches. I went back to college. I was in college, but I went back to school, and the girls saw me in the paper, and they were like, "Ooh," and, you know. And I was like, "This is pretty cool." They called me up, and they said, "Listen, as soon as you heal, we'll have you back in 4 weeks. We'll double your money." I said, "Are you serious?" This is getting exciting. And I won again. And it on and on and on. I won 11 in college. Now it was time to take the medical boards, or do I want to be champion of the world? And I pursued boxing, and I went 25 straight wins before I took my first loss.
Now, I'm sorry. On that highlight reel, I noticed towards the end when they were talking about you, they were mentioning you and in comparison to Iran Barkley. So
no, we were not. They mentioned Matt. Would you fight Iran Barkley? Right? Was that?
Would you have fought him at that time?
Without a question.
Well, we got a couple of gloves up here.
It's not going to happen. But you know something? I would, you know, out of respect for me, I mean, I would have lost. He was a better fighter. He was also a bigger fighter. He was a middleweight. I was more of a light middleweight. But, you know, when you're a fighter in your heart, I'll fight anybody. I'll fight Hagler. I'll fight Tyson. And you're only a middleweight. I don't care. I'll still fight him. That's how you think. That's your mentality. You never go in there thinking, you know what? Yeah, you can't beat him, right?
Speaking of Tyson, though, I know one of the interesting stories that you told me off the set the last time you were here. You were actually the main event for Mike Tyson's first professional fight, if I remember correctly. Yeah. You said you had the poster. We'll have that up later on the Real Fans Real Talk website. Okay. But that was an interesting story. What was it like as far as, I mean, I know you said you have the picture of it, and we want to put that up there as well. But that's a very interesting story. Mike Tyson, nobody at the time wanted to take a picture with you, and I just want to let everyone know he was a main event guy. It's not definitely talented. So,
well, listen, Mr. Barkley, I would like to ask you, what did it feel like when you beat the brakes?
Over Tommy the Hitman Hearns.
Yeah, and then took his belt. How did it feel that after that? How did you feel? Like, Like, did you like? What you like? The
It
king of the
wasn't-
world.
it
You
wasn't-
top of the. You top of the
It wasn't a
world?
surprise for him. He knew he was gonna do it.
Yeah, that too. But I mean, Tommy was this icon, and I was like, in my bedroom, I had 4 pictures on the wall. It was Tommy Hearns, Marvin Hagler, Sugar Ray Leonard, and James Shooter. God bless him. But
Oh, we got a clip over here.
you know the potential. You know what I'm saying? So I said I'm gonna fight one of these guys one day. I fought 2 of the guys. You know what I'm saying? So when I fought Tommy, and I was in the ring with him, I was like, this is my chance. I'm a crack him. I didn't care. I wanted to crack them.
Yeah.
You know, because I wanted to do what they
more
would
than
do.
that. We got some footage up here on the screen of
You remember this fight?
Oh boy, I remember that yesterday. You know, Tommy see me today. He still want to fight me. I said, you sleeping?
It's too late. He blew
Didn't learn
that
his
one.
lesson.
Yeah.
We do this thing called This Day in Sports. But before we get into the rest of them, it's not technically this day. It's close to this day. On August 18th, 1983, Iran Barkley won with a technical knockout against Frank Milton. And in the 5th round, the ref had to stop the fight because he was beating him so bad. So that's this day in sports history. We're going to get into the other topics, but thank you all for joining us. It was definitely great to have you.
We got one more because I had to find something on my man Matt over here. So we got in 1985, Matt Farrago beat George Lanton by TKO at the Tropicana Hotel and Casino in Atlantic City, New Jersey.
Yeah, he broke my nose too.
Hey, but you got the win.
His pride, man.
You got the win. Yeah,
you broke his pride. That's what that matters. You broke his pride. No score was here.
Where?
Yeah, I was at that fight.
God, see?
But we will have further interviews when we're over at the charity event, which each of them, as well as other boxing greats, and we'll have that for you guys in the future. So once again, this coming Saturday, all the information is on ring10ny.com and the realfansrealtalk.com website. Make sure you get your tickets before they sell out. It's going to be a great event this Saturday. The Real Fans Real Talk crew will be there, as well as Matt Farrago and Iran Barkley. Thank you again, guys.
Before we go, I just got one more question for Iran. I just want to know, what advice would you give to someone who's coming up right now and wants to be a boxer?
Well, I'm training some kids in Gleason's gym and also in Jab Judah's father's gym, and they got a lot of young kids in Jab's father's gym, and I tell them, you know, order for y'all to do this, you gotta be 100%, because I mean, there's you gotta be willing to give up your friends, your girlfriend, even sometimes your family. You know what I'm saying? To stay focused. And I mean, this is no game to play with. You know what I'm saying? Everybody see the money and the stuff like that, but they don't see the hard work.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The hard work is to dedicate. That you gotta leave your family, your girlfriends, and all that. So if you're gonna do this, you better do it right. You know what I'm saying? Else you're gonna be wind up good night.
Also, you have to have that heart and dedication, like you said. Take a couple of whoopings first before you get it. So it's not like everyone can do it.
Sister broke the brakes off him till he learned his lesson. So
that's right.
I mean, hey, you gotta fall. You have to stumble and fall before you can actually walk. So but
you have it. That's from the champ.
Yep.
Who beat the brakes off of Tommy, the Hitman Hearns. No rematches, Tommy. It's over. You lost that battle. That's it. So we definitely appreciate you guys coming on to the show.
We'll definitely see y'all Saturday.
Great.
I'm so excited about the charity event.
Good.
Can't wait to see the results from that.
Yep.
But thanks for coming to the show. Thanks for taking time out of your life to come to our show. This means a lot to us. So all
right. So we're gonna thanks again for joining us.
We're gonna run that clip of Matt one more time.
Just to remind you guys.
Let me just shout out to my wife, who I love very much. That's all I want to do. Shout out to my wife.
Shout out Mr. Barkley.
Shout out.
Shout out Big Sis because
Big Sis.
She don't want to beat the brakes off you.
She ain't big sis.
It's like you on TV.
But shout out to Big Sis and shout out to Miss Farrago. Going on, welcome back, and of course this is Real Fans Real Talk, and we just had the champ Iran Barkley and Matt Farrago from Ring 10 once again. Of course, I'm Trip Young and I'm back with the Stat Man and Orthodomus, and we got some more sports talk for y'all, but we will have more with Matt, Iran, and a couple of other former, excuse me, not former champs.
Yeah, make sure you don't.
I gotta correct myself on that because I don't want Iran coming after me.
You don't want his sister coming after you
or
either.
his sister or Iman. So definitely, but we got that coming for you guys on Saturday. We will be at the Ring 10 charity event this Saturday. Log on to realfansrealtalk.com if you want to see the flyer with all of the info on it. But
that's under the charity section, but. We also got Orthodomus here, his favorite part, because he gets to take off that Knicks shirt.
No. Can I explain my situation? One Hate Nation fan out there, I hate this jersey with a passion. Throughout the show, I was real cool and collective right now, but I really hate this jersey. And you know what? I'm going to take the penalty hit because this is Mr. Statman's jersey. But just because I hate them so much, I am going to do this. And I'll take the repercussions later. So get over there. I don't want it. So I'm gonna come on.
I had to wash the hate out of it anyway. Like I had to wash the hate out of the Eli Manning jersey, so that's fine.
I'm gonna put the referee on, and I tell you, I'll get you back, but I'm gonna be neutral in this. I'm not gonna be having no conspiracy theory like I had last week when y'all plotted against me. I know y'all were slipping each other hundreds and whatnot.
After that's the Giants fan.
Well, last time we had Matt here judging, he told us you slipped him more money than I slipped him. So
you're not on baller status, man.
Let's get into shop.
I said that's the haters that's giving you that money. They donate to your cause.
Chad Johnson wife taking money out my pocket, so I got enough money to spare. But anyway, we're going to Shot for Shots. For the fans out there that don't know, Shot for Shot is we ask the two other co-hosts questions, and they have to try to sway me into into leading on deciding on their side. They get a point at the end after the 5 questions. Whoever is winning, they won Shot for Shot for this week. And next week, the loser will be wearing an attire or something. Because I gotta spice this up a little. I can't just have attires. I gotta put like maybe a note or something saying I'm a LeBron James fan or something. But we try to spice it up every week. We try to spice it up. But so today's contestants is gonna be Mark Statman Skevich,
the one and only,
and the artist formerly known as.
I just slipped him.
What was that about? What's that about, Statman? What's going on?
I just slipped him under right there.
Trip Young. Okay, so
there we go.
Like I said, are y'all ready?
Yep.
Hey, luckily we don't have the DX. Are you ready?
That's only on the radio show.
Only on the radio show, which airs every Sunday, 5 p.m. Eastern.
RealFansRealTalk.com.
RealFansRealTalk.com. Okay, let's get on this.
Let's get it going. Rock and rolling.
First question on Shot for Shot, and this will be going towards. It was Trip Young that is the challenger today, right?
Correct.
Correct. All right. First question, Shot for Shot. Should the Dolphins have cut Chad Johnson?
This is actually a tough question because they really don't have any other receivers in Miami. Even though we don't know what Chad Johnson is going to bring to the table since he didn't have a good year last season for the Patriots. But I mean that's a different story because they have so many threats. I know he's in trouble, got trouble with the law. But I'm going to say no. I just think it was too soon for them to release him. They didn't even see what was going to be the result in his court situation, you know, domestic situation that he has. So I'm gonna say no. They should have kept him.
Statman?
I'm gonna agree. All the points that he mentioned, they got rid of Brandon Marshall. They don't really have that strong of a receiving core as it is. He's still talented. It's not. As far as the crime is concerned and everything, that I think it was a quick decision on their part. And Ocho Cinco's trying and not even being known as Ocho Cinco anymore. He's being known as Chad Johnson. So maybe he's showing that he's matured a little bit by not having a name, but that didn't work out too well for him.
Y'all both agreed on that, but he didn't change the name because he matured. He changed the name because he said he wants to get back to how he was in Cincinnati.
Well, that's him.
He wants
to. Superstitious mature thing, but whatever.
That he wants to get back to the pom poms, popcorn, everything. That's the Chad Johnson he wanted to be. But like I said, Miami Dolphins, you're stupid. I'm sorry. I don't know what you're doing. I don't know why you dropped the guy. That made no sense for you to drop a top premier quarterback. Wide receiver. And I believe a team's gonna pick him up with a quickness within a couple of weeks.
Sure, somebody's
gonna
pick him
for
up.
wide receivers everywhere. So, anyway, next question. This is to you, Statman. Is Rory McIlroy the best golfer in the world?
I say no. I know he just won the last event, but he's been struggling. He's been struggling before that, so I don't think that he's the best. I think that, I mean, he's not consistent as far as his victories. So just because he won the last event, I don't think you automatically put him as the best golfer in the world right now.
Trip Young?
Yeah, I got to agree. What is he? Because he won one event. I mean, yeah, he did dominate on that
even in the top 10
that one event. But before winning this event, he hadn't even been coming anywhere close to the top 10. So no, he's not. He got a long way to go before he's considered the best golfer in the world.
I just want to touch on that. Like, I mean, the golf world knows who he is, and then the rest of the world, as far as Tiger versus McIlroy, when Tiger, everyone's worried about Tiger. No one really cares about McIlroy when he wins. Only like diehard golf fans do. But he's not the best either way. So,
Rory McIlroy, you won 2. Tiger won's a bazillion. I've not been putting the right number there. I said bazillion.
Yeah,
and had the audacity to talk smack to Tiger Woods.
Yeah,
Tiger accomplished a lot more.
Know your role, boy. Like The Rock says, know your role, jabroni.
And shut your mouth.
Exactly.
Know your role and shut your mouth.
All right, let's go to the next question. This is going to Trip Young. The score is 0-0. Love. Right? I can say that.
Yeah,
I guess you can do whatever you want. I'm not going to get on your backside when you're I slipped you that 20. Maybe you'll change your mind.
Which coach would be the better choice to replace Coach K for the 2016 Olympics? Greg Popovich or Doc Rivers?
I mean, honestly,
this is two top premier
coaches.
So
you could really go either way. I'm gonna say Greg Popovich. He's the more accomplished coach of the two, and I feel like he's able to get the most of every player on his roster. As we see with the Spurs, what they did this season. You got guys like Thiago Splitter, who you never even heard of before he played for the Spurs. DeJuan Blair last season, he had a great year, and he's had the Spurs in contention since the David Robinson years. So I gotta give it to Greg Popovich.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with him as well. But the 22-16 Olympics, maybe Popovich will be retired. But if he isn't, then I think that it's definitely Popovich.
So y'all agree? See,
Yeah,
if one of y'all had said Doc Rivers, I would have gave you the point. The
I mean,
only
it's
reason why I say Doc Rivers would be a better coach than Greg Popovich is, to me, Doc Rivers more player friendly. I mean, Popovich he's a hardball.
Maybe Doc Rivers because he deals with younger guys and
but he could deal.
And Popovich has to deal with his players all being in the AARP and making them still and finishing in the top in the West. So that's a lot. But then again, Doc Rivers has a lot of old guys too.
He did the same thing with the East. They had a lot of injuries. I mean, a lot of people thought the Celtics were after the trade with Kendrick Perkins and for the Jeff Green. Everybody thought, they weren't a contender anymore, and look what they did. After they got Jeff Green, he got hurt, and they had a whole bunch of other. All their centers was hurt, and it's still.
Well, I mean, their centers were really a bunch of nobodies, though.
Hey,
so,
but
yeah, Chris Wilcox, Jermaine O'Neal is washed up. So,
but I mean, it devastated that line. Look what he did. But either way, they're both premier coaches. We both agree on that.
Yeah, of course. So
it's a 0-0 tie rolling along to question number 4.
Well, what's going on? So this is what you're going to play.
Great minds think alike. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So now it's this question.
Maybe it'll be a tie, so we'll just make out the diamond swear.
Another Knicks jersey.
Yeah, okay. We do have overtime. Fans out there, we do have overtime. So if they try
let's hope it doesn't come to that. Let's go.
The tie. Let's go. This is going to you, Stat Man.
Mm-hmm.
Will Dwight Howard sign an extension with the Lakers? Excuse me, I said that question wrong. Will Baby Howard sign an extension with the Lakers?
In my blog, I talked about the possibility that he might not sign, which would be really bad for the Lakers to give up Bynum for nothing. But I also talked about how Brook Lopez got the Mark Sanchez treatment, and they gave him a max contract for 4 years, which is why the Nets kind of got out of talks with Orlando. So I don't think he has many choices of where to play next. Maybe Dallas. He said Dallas, Brooklyn, or LA, but. It's a very hard question to answer right now because they haven't even played one game together. We don't know if the Eagles are going to clash and what's going to happen, but I'm going to say most likely, yes, he does re-sign with the Lakers.
Trip Young?
I got to disagree because the only way I could see Dwight Howard signing an extension with the Lakers is if they won the NBA championship, and I don't see them winning the championships this year. He said either way he was gonna be a free agent, and he still actually can go to the Nets because they can do a sign and trade, and I'm sure the Lakers would rather take Brook Lopez than get nothing for Dwight Howard, because that's basically what would happen if he decides to leave and to go somewhere else. At least if he goes to the Nets.
But if they're going to play the whole season out, and the Lakers, if they lose in the playoffs, then it's too late. There's no sign and trade. The trade deadline's passed. That's it. He's a free agent.
Yeah, then he'll just
They're not gonna.
It'll be like with LeBron and
Chris
Bosh.
No,
at the end of the season, like what happened with LeBron, where they sent a couple of players
over. He's not a restricted free agent.
To match the contract.
He's a free agent.
I like how y'all both trying to fight and joust for this.
No,
it's down to me to judge this, and this is really tough question to actually. Both of y'all answered right, but for me to choose,
for him to say it's a trade, it's not. They're not going to trade him.
It's a sign and trade. It's the same thing that happened with Bosh
after the trade deadline. That's it. He's a free agent.
Fellas. Okay, this is interesting, but I have to agree with Trip Young.
He can't sign and trade.
What do you think happened with Toronto with Chris Bosh and when LeBron left? They were both free agents, and they had to match the contract, so they still sent all of those guys over.
LeBron signed, and Cleveland got nothing because he became a free agent. After the trade deadline is done next season, Dwight Howard cannot be traded. He cannot do a sign and trade because he doesn't want to sign with a team. So that's it. He
will be signing with whichever team he goes to.
I can't explain. The reason why I said Trip Young is that's not the fact about the sign and trade. You are right about the sign and trade. He is right about the sign and trade. But the reason why I said no is because I don't see, if they don't win a championship, I don't see him I don't see him signing an extension with them. I think he will shop the free agent
with
market
the agent Kobe Bryant,
and try to get more
Steve
money.
Nash.
That's how I see it.
Well, like I said before, it's a difficult question to answer because we didn't even see one game with them together. But you know,
well, all that matters is win or lose. If they lose the championship, he's not going to stay there. With Nash is going to be 40. Kobe's going to be 36.
Well,
why would he stay in LA? Because he's going to be by himself. It's going to be Orlando all over again.
Well, Trip Young got the point.
But we gotta move on.
The next question is going to Statman. No, excuse me. This is going to Trip Young. Should coaches be awarded gold medals?
I'm kind of split on it. I think if it's for like basketball, I say yes because the coaches are more. They play a bigger role as far as the game on the floor because they decide which plays to run while it's going on, as opposed to maybe like swimming where you train somebody prior to them, but once they're in the water, that's pretty much it. Or same thing with track. Once they're running, that's it. So I guess if you can't do it as for everybody, then I guess you really can't, because they're not going to do it just because for basketball. So I guess I got to say no.
Statman?
I mean, you brought up both points. I was initially going to say yes, and then I'm thinking no as far as the point that you made, and you can't really pick and choose. I'm not gonna cheese it and side the other way. I honestly think no. I'm not gonna lie and say I think yes and try to give a reason for it. The coaches, the Olympics is about athletes and premier athletes. Yes, coaches are a reason why, but they're the ones putting in the work. They're the ones that have, the athletes are the ones that have to put in the work and actually do the swimming and the training and the heavy lifting. And the coaches are just telling them what to do. Not to say it's not important, because important coaches, there's a perfect example with basketball, keeping those egos in check and getting that gold medal. It's very important, but Olympics are about athletes, not about trainers. So I would say no. So
it's unfortunate. I would have to agree with you on that too, because originally I had said yes, but
yeah,
I was saying Trip Young did bring up a good explanation on why they shouldn't. Coaches should be get some recognition on what they're doing. But anyway, congratulations, Trip Young. You defeated.
Thank you.
Can I get my $20 back now?
Hey, you shouldn't have paid them off.
It's a one-way deal. It's a one-way deal.
Wow. But, we're gonna have to talk. We're gonna have to put those gloves on in a little while after we get off the show.
We gotta get to today.
We're gonna get in this day of sports. 1903, James Jeffries defeated James J. Corbett in the 10th round of their fight in San Francisco to retain his heavyweight title.
It's a bravo dude. He got it in the ring.
Yep, the old school days.
That looks like the bare knuckles fight.
Also in 1936, the U.S. won the first Olympic basketball tournament at the Summer Olympics in Berlin. That was over in 1936.
I see no LeBron there.
Yeah, well, I was actually the one that took the picture.
I know.
That was Statman. So.
Old man Statman.
That was actually the same year that Jesse Owens won, when he had that whole situation with Hitler walking out when Jesse won the gold medal in track. But in 1959, and I know Arthur Diamonds, you love this because football season is among us. Yes. The American Football League was formed, and it began with franchises in Dallas, Houston, Minneapolis, St. Louis, Denver, and in New York. And of course, today we are amongst
LA as well.
Yeah, in LA, and we are in preseason right now. So
get it on.
It's about to get real serious.
Real man
fans,
sport.
Real talk.
Not
because
baseball.
Football season is among us.
Real man sport.
But we gotta get into these fan mail questions, because I know we're running low on time. So I know Christy from New Jersey, she writes, how would you guys rate this year's Olympics? Statman, you wanna?
Yeah, we had this question also on the Real Fans Real Talk radio show, which once again airs at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on realfansrealtalk.com. All our archived episodes are there as well, so if you want to check out our thoughts on the Dwight Howard situation, more detail on an Olympic recap of every event. Also, Also, all different types of sports topics and everything. It's on the realfansrealtalk.com website, as well as our previous episodes here on TV. But I think the Olympics are great, every Olympics. So, I mean, there's some that are better than others, but the records are broken. We went over earlier on in the program all the great motivational events that happened. So a lot of great memories in this Olympics. Usain Bolt
was killing it.
And of course,
he was killing it. And then we also got to talk about the massacre in the Olympics. Yeah, you see, they got my boy in the picture. See, that's why I love the crew. They know what I'm thinking, and they're on point. We also got to talk about the massacre in the Olympics, which was the U.S. women's basketball team destroying every single opponent that they went against, winning a margin of 20+ points, and they never was a threat to lose a game. So yeah, shout out.
And shout out to my wifey boo too, cause she definitely did her thing. You know, I got to name drop Serena every show, cause it just makes our relationship that much stronger when I speak about my wifey boo. So Serena, you know I love you. Good job in the Olympics. Waiting for the U.S. Open, and we got our second fan mail question coming from Bobby, who's actually out of Manhattan, and his question is an NFL question. Do you guys think that the Patriots should sign Plexico Burress? Arthur Damas?
Man, yeah, so I can pick him on my fantasy draft.
But now we going by fantasy.
He's gonna be picked up. He's gonna be paired up with Tom Tuchel. So Tom Tuchel's gonna make that man a legend. You already know how Tom Brady gets down the field. Maybe, and plus Plexico is have a better game mind than Chad Ochocinco. Excuse me, the artist formerly known as Chad Ochocinco. So I think he could do good in that offense.
I think most teams could find a spot for Plexico. So I have to say yes, even though I hate the Patriots. Plexico Burress is a good.
No, I don't want him on the Giants.
I wouldn't mind having him back on the Giants, but I mean we did lose Manningham, so.
So he's 6'5", so you just put him in the end zone, he'll get something. But we gotta get into our final thoughts.
Once again, if you want to send us fan mail questions, we appreciate the fan mail questions. The email address is fanmail@realfansrealtalk.com. You could also get all our individual Twitter addresses, all our contact information at realfansrealtalk.com under the contact section of the page. And we are live here in the Bronx, and we will be back again next week at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We do have this thing called Final Thought, and since we are live, if you noticed last week on the archived episode of this episode, I told Arthur Damas after I thought we were on the air if he needed a wrap it up box because it's Final Thought, not a Academy Award speech thanking this one, thanking that one. So Final Thought, Arthur Damas. Let's see if you don't need a wrap it up box this time.
Bolt.
That was quick.
That's it.
That's it.
That's exactly what he did.
That's perfect. Let's go.
Look at that Bolt. So, all right. USA, that's what I'm going to say. Great job at the Olympics. And Bolt is perfect because I tell you to go quick and you pick Bolt. So that just worked out smooth.
All I got to say is check out my latest blog on the realfansrealtalk.com website. It's called Fit to Be King, about the man, the myth, the legend, King James, also known as Video Game James. And I got to shout out my Aunt Marilyn. It's her birthday, so happy birthday to you, Auntie.
All right. Thank you all for joining us, ladies and gentlemen. Realfansrealtalk.com has all our information on all our episodes. Make sure you like us on Facebook too.
Realfansrealtalk.com, where Arthur Damas, Trip Young, and intern Tom for the white and black fans. To Manhattan, I get all my facts from my bro Mark the Stats Man. If you're not tuned in, I recommend the CAT scan. And if your brain checks out, then you deserve a backhand. Sports, gossip, all the hot topics. Realfansrealtalk.com got it. They got the hottest bloggers.
Is Jeremy Lin hurt?
Well, log onto the site and you can hear it from them first. I'm talking about the latest. I'm talking about the greatest. Go check out the archives. Even tell a neighbor. Tell them Bobby sent ya. From spring to winter, tuning in should be the only thing on your agenda. Certified cosign, you know what I'm about, son. Realfansrealtalk.com, I'm out, one. Real fans, real talk. Real fans, real talk. Realfansrealtalk.com. Realfansrealtalk.com. Real fans, real talk. Real fans, real talk. Realfansrealtalk.com. Realfansrealtalk.com.